When we picture the Vietnam War, a specific image often comes to mind. We see scenes of dense jungles, intense firefights, and the unwavering determination etched on the faces of soldiers. We often see male soldiers in the jungle, bearing the weight of combat, navigating treacherous terrain, and facing unimaginable challenges. These are the images that have been predominantly portrayed in history books and Hollywood films, but that image leaves out a crucial force, a silent yet powerful army that played an indispensable role in the conflict: Vietnamese women. These women were not merely passive victims of war. They were active participants, strategists, and warriors in their own right. They weren't just bystanders, they were farmers, students, the very fabric of Vietnamese society, stepping up to defend their homes and their way of life. They were mothers and even grandmothers, protectors of their families and keepers of their culture, who found themselves thrust into the heart of a brutal conflict. They became the backbone of the war effort, the unsung heroes who sustained their nation through years of hardship and devastation. Millions answered the call, leaving behind their ordinary lives to join the fight for liberation. They were driven by patriotism and a fierce desire to protect their homeland from foreign intervention, fueled by a deep-seated love for their country and a burning desire for self-determination. These women shattered gender expectations, defying traditional roles and proving their capabilities in every aspect of the war, earning the name the Long-Haired Army, a symbol of their strength, resilience, and unwavering commitment to the cause. They built the Ho Chi Minh Trail, a vital supply line that snaked through the jungle, enabling the movement of troops and resources. They carried supplies, enduring grueling conditions and risking their lives to ensure that their comrades on the front lines had what they needed to survive. They gathered intelligence, infiltrating enemy lines and providing crucial information that helped to turn the tide of battle, and even fought on the front lines, engaging in direct combat with the enemy and demonstrating their unwavering courage under fire. Their work was often hidden, shrouded in secrecy and operating in the shadows, yet it was essential to the war effort. But its impact was felt in every battle, in every victory, and in every step towards achieving independence. Understanding their role is essential to understanding the war itself, to grasping the full scope of the conflict and appreciating the sacrifices made by all those involved. This video will reveal the shocking and inspiring facts, the untold stories of bravery and sacrifice that have been largely overlooked in mainstream narratives about these remarkable women, the heroines of Vietnam, whose contributions deserve to be recognized and celebrated, combatants fearlessly facing the enemy on the battlefield, spies skillfully gathering intelligence and disrupting enemy operations, medics, and more, providing essential medical care and tending to the wounded, often under perilous conditions. We honor their courage, resilience, their unwavering spirit in the face of adversity, and the central role they played in Vietnam's fight for independence, a fight that shaped the nation's destiny and left an indelible mark on the world. Their story is a testament to the extraordinary power of ordinary people, the strength that lies within communities united by a common cause. In the face of impossible odds, they persevered, they triumphed, and they secured their place in history. The Vietnam War, a conflict etched in the annals of history, holds many untold stories. Beyond the well-documented battles and political machinations lies a narrative that often goes unnoticed: the significant role of women in combat. One of the most surprising and perhaps underappreciated truths of the Vietnam War is the sheer number of women who actively fought as soldiers. Their participation wasn't merely limited to support roles. They were on the front lines, engaging in direct combat. Unlike Western armies of the time, which largely relegated women to nursing and administrative duties, the North Vietnamese Army, NVA, and the Viet Cong, VC, embraced women as combatants. They systematically trained women, integrating them into their fighting forces. These women received comprehensive instruction in guerrilla tactics, learning how to effectively wage war in the dense jungles and challenging terrains of Vietnam. They were taught to use the environment to their advantage, becoming masters of camouflage and concealment. Their training extended to a wide array of weapons, from rifles and grenades to more specialized equipment. They became proficient in handling and maintaining these weapons, ensuring they were always ready for action. They were also skilled in the art of ambushes, a crucial element of the Viet Cong strategy. They learned how to lay traps, coordinate attacks, and inflict maximum damage on the enemy. In many cases, entire units composed solely of women were responsible for defending villages against enemy incursions. They stood as the first line of defense, protecting their homes and families with unwavering resolve. Beyond ground combat, women also played a vital role in air defense, operating anti-aircraft guns to shoot down enemy aircraft. This was a dangerous and demanding task, requiring precision and courage under fire. Furthermore, women were entrusted with the critical task of protecting vital infrastructure, such as bridges, roads, and supply lines. Their vigilance and dedication ensured the continued flow of resources to the front lines. Their intimate knowledge of the local terrain, combined with their unwavering determination, made them formidable opponents. They knew the jungles, the paths, and the hiding places, giving them a significant advantage over the invading forces. The revolutionary government actively promoted gender equality as a core tenet of its ideology. This commitment to equality extended to the military, where women were encouraged to participate in all aspects of the war effort. Taking up arms was presented as a patriotic duty, a way for women to contribute to the liberation of their country. Recruitment posters and propaganda campaigns urged women to join the fight, appealing to their sense of national pride and responsibility. The government and media celebrated the heroism of these women, showcasing their bravery and sacrifices to inspire others. They became symbols of resistance and national unity. This widespread participation in combat significantly reshaped the image of Vietnamese womanhood, challenging traditional gender roles and expectations. They were no longer just mothers and wives, they were warriors, defenders of their nation. Many of these women joined the ranks as teenagers, driven by a fervent desire to protect their families and their homeland. They were young, but their commitment was unwavering. They endured the same grueling training regimen as their male counterparts, pushing their bodies and minds to the limit. They learned to withstand hardship, overcome fear, and fight with unwavering determination. The transformation from ordinary village girls, accustomed to a peaceful life, to disciplined and battle-hardened fighters is a testament to their resilience and adaptability. This remarkable metamorphosis is undoubtedly one of the most compelling and inspiring stories to emerge from the Vietnam War. Their participation shattered stereotypes and proved that courage, resilience, and the unwavering will to defend one's home transcend gender boundaries. The image of the long-haired army was not merely a symbolic representation of female participation. It represented a real, tangible, and undeniably powerful force that played a crucial role in the outcome of the war. Their contribution deserves recognition and remembrance. While some women bravely took up arms and fought on the front lines, engaging directly with the enemy, their contributions extended far beyond the battlefield. The vast majority of women powered the war effort through essential logistics and tireless labor, forming the very bedrock upon which the resistance was built. Their roles were diverse and indispensable. They formed the backbone of the Ho Chi Minh Trail, that crucial artery of supply carrying vital supplies for weeks on end, navigating treacherous terrain and facing constant danger from enemy attacks and the elements. These weren't just short trips. These were grueling journeys that tested their endurance and resolve. They tirelessly repaired bombed roads, often working under the cover of darkness to avoid detection, defused unexploded ordnance, handling dangerous explosives with remarkable skill and courage, and built entirely new paths and infrastructure, often under heavy fire, demonstrating unwavering commitment to the cause. Back in the villages, with the men away fighting, women stepped up and took over all aspects of farming, ensuring that both the army and the civilian population had enough food to survive despite the immense challenges. They meticulously managed scarce resources, organized vital production in factories and workshops, and essentially kept the entire nation running, maintaining a semblance of normalcy amidst the chaos of war. Millions of women dug and maintained intricate tunnel systems, providing shelter and strategic advantage, wove countless miles of camouflage netting to conceal troops and equipment, and tirelessly made uniforms and sandals for the soldiers, ensuring they were equipped for the harsh conditions. Every single task, from the backbreaking work of rice planting to the dangerous and claustrophobic work of tunnel digging, was absolutely vital to the overall war effort and the survival of the nation. Their relentless and often unseen work kept the crucial supply lines open and ultimately kept the spirit of the revolution alive, fueling the fight for independence. Without their unwavering dedication and immense labor, the front lines would have undoubtedly collapsed, and the outcome of the war could have been very different. These women were truly the unsung heroes of the war, their contributions often overlooked in traditional narratives. They were the ones who built and maintained the very machinery of war, piece by piece, with their own hands. Their sweat, their sacrifice, and their unwavering determination ultimately formed the very foundation upon which victory was built, a testament to their strength and resilience. Women were also the war's invisible eyes and ears. Blending into civilian life, they gathered intelligence as vendors, workers, and even inside enemy bases. They relayed information through coded messages, hidden signals, and daring courier runs. Some formed spy networks in cities like Saigon, gaining access to sensitive enemy plans. Their intelligence shaped major campaigns, including the Tet Offensive. Working alone and under constant threat, their courage was extraordinary. Most never received public recognition, but their secret work was crucial to the war's outcome. They proved that information could be as powerful as any weapon. In the chaos of war, women served as medics and nurses, saving lives in jungle hospitals and underground tunnels. With few supplies, they performed surgeries, treated wounds, and fought deadly diseases like malaria. They braved bombings and enemy attacks, often evacuating patients under fire. On the battlefield, women medics risked their lives to rescue the wounded. Their presence boosted morale and offered hope amid devastation. They also cared for civilians, delivering babies and treating the sick in war-torn villages. Their public health efforts helped prevent famine and disease. These women were more than healers. They were lifelines for soldiers and communities. Their compassion and skill preserved life in the midst of destruction. Their work was a quiet act of resistance and survival. With men at war, women became the leaders of their communities. They managed local government, organized defenses, and kept society functioning. In the fields, they formed labor teams to grow food for both families and the army. They ran secret schools, teaching children and preserving culture under fire. Through stories, songs, and education, they kept national identity alive. Women provided emotional support, writing letters, and caring for families of the fallen. Their resilience held the home front together, giving soldiers a reason to fight. The strength of Vietnamese women was the backbone of the nation's survival. The price of women's contributions was steep. They faced death, disease, and exhaustion on the front lines and supply trails. Many suffered lifelong injuries and trauma, and some struggled to return to civilian life. Social stigma awaited those who defied traditional roles. Women bore the grief of lost loved ones and cared for the wounded and orphaned. Captured women risked torture and abuse, yet many never betrayed their cause. The emotional and psychological toll was immense. Their sacrifices were paid in blood, sweat, and tears. Their endurance and courage are a fundamental part of Vietnam's story. Some women's stories became legends, inspiring millions. Nguyen Thi Dinh, a peasant-turned-general, led the long-haired army and became a national hero. Vo Thi Sao, executed at 16 for her resistance, became a symbol of youthful bravery. Dang Thu Tram, a young doctor, chronicled her life in a secret diary before dying in battle. Her words later moved a nation. These women led, fought, and healed, showing the many faces of heroism. Their stories were told and retold, fueling the spirit of resistance. They proved women were not just participants, but essential to victory. Their legacies endure as powerful reminders of sacrifice and strength. Through their fame, the role of women in the war will never be forgotten. They are the enduring symbols of the long-haired army. The Vietnam War redefined the role of women in conflict and in society. They fought, labored, and led with courage, shattering gender norms. Their efforts helped secure victory and advance gender equality in Vietnam. Their resilience and sacrifice are woven into the nation's identity. Remembering their story gives us a fuller, truer picture of the war. Their courage is a timeless lesson in the power of ordinary people. The unseen army of women forged a legacy that continues to inspire. Their story, born of fire and struggle, deserves to be told and remembered.